Hey everybody, the Bad Pennies are back. I am Sho and this is my friend Alan, and we're going to talk about choosing your own team.
Okay. We have said probably so many times that you're ready to scream that it's really not a good idea to go through life as a man without having your men.
Right. We've talked about
it over and over again. Doing it alone is just it's just a bad life choice. It's a bad success choice. I mean, it's just because there's too many things that can go wrong. There's too many ways you can make bad decisions. There's too many ways that your ego can be in charge and not realize it. And I mean, just goes on and on. So one of the ways that men have operated for thousands and thousands of years is they have formed themselves into teams.
Right.
Well, and it's easy to see when you're looking at, I've been watching football a lot because, that's something I do.
It's in season.
Yeah, well, baseball, softball, go Dodgers, of course. But, the whole idea of coming together and forming a team in order to accomplish things that individuals could not accomplish.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And if you're really operating well as a team, your ability to accomplish is an exponential number rather than a sum.
I like that.
Okay? Sum of the parts is not a bad thing. You're just multiplying by adding another and another and another.
Right.
And that's more power, but it doesn't really work that way.
Okay.
It actually begins to multiply exponentially.
Yeah.
And the more coordinated you are, the more exponential that power becomes.
Okay, so selecting your teammates in this situation, everybody needs to have the common goal.
Well, there's nothing, more applicable than even looking at the drafts and the way that professional teams select their players
based on what needs they have.
Exactly. They look at, where's the gaps and who can fill the gap the best, okay. Right? So each player on the team has a special place in which they do something better than any of the other players.
Yeah.
Right. So, I as I was thinking about this, when you actually sent me some ideas about the podcast today, right? What came up for me was the teams that I've been part of over the years.
Okay.
And it's interesting because I've gotten to the point where I don't want to be on a team that wants me.
I don't want to be on a team that wants me.
Right. Now, that's a little different than the sports context, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Let me tell you why.
Okay.
Because the context about being on a team of men, a life team of men, possibly even men that are your men that you fully trust, has a different purpose. You don't have a goal of winning a particular sport. You're not trying to accomplish a particular, you have a purpose, but the purpose isn't to be kings of the world, right? Win your regional competition or whatever it is, right? That's not the purpose. The purpose is to make sure that all of the men are living the fullest life possible and the most honorable and committed life possible.
Okay.
So if you get on a team of men that want you, it's probably because they like you.
And that's a bad thing
because the more they like you, the more they're probably going to sell you out.
Huh. Okay.
The more men like each other, the more...
So are you saying that chemistry is not important?
Well, yeah, but not the kind of chemistry like you're getting into a relationship to live together, right? It's the kind of chemistry that will cause something to happen that involves truth, honesty,
Yeah.
and not selling each other out.
Okay.
And men who like each other sell each other out.
Because they're too comfortable.
Yeah, well, if I don't want you to stop liking me because we like each other. And so our friendship is more important than anything else. And so I'm not going to tell you what is really wrong with you, what you're doing that's really messed up, because if I do, then it could risk our relationship with each other.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yes, and so a team that would want me, I'll look very carefully about why. And I would rather be on a team that doesn't want me but accepts me anyway. They're much more likely to not sell me out.
They're going to give you the brutal, honest truth.
They're going to give me the brutal, honest truth, and that's the reason that you want to be on a team of men.
Okay.
You don't want to be on a team of men to hang out, throw some beers back, and that's not, by the way, nothing wrong with that. In fact, you probably should do that from time to time.
With a different group of men.
No, you could do that with these men, but you don't want to make that the center of the relationship.
Okay. All right.
Right? That's just from time to time, just know that you can hang out together.
Okay, so
Even though you don't necessarily like each other. In fact, like I said, the more homogenized you are, the more you like each other, the more alike you are, the more the situation is conducive to not accomplishing what you're really there for. And if you're just there to hang out, then sure, there's plenty of things that you can do, plenty of kinds of groups and teams and things that you can join that are all more about hanging out.
So
I know men that are on bowling leagues that are there to hang out, and I know that men are on bowling leagues that are there to win.
Hold on a minute. We already have a podcast on Circle of Men.
Right.
So right now what we need to talk about is selecting the team. You
Yes.
mentioned using the draft idea and looking at what it is that you need and putting in the right pieces in order to make your team and everybody playing their positions, the whole team could be successful.
You can build a team. You can join a team that's already existing.
Yeah.
If you can find one. If you can find some men that are together. There's lots of stuff out there that men are doing these days that the result of that are circles that often are teams working together from many different weekends and practices and things like that. Even you can join. I know some men who have circles of men, have teams of men from their church. Okay, so maybe your local synagogue. There's just but again, you have to get clear about what's your purpose.
What's my individual purpose before joining the team?
Well, and what the team's purpose ultimately becomes, because if you're joining another team, is their purpose one that you can get behind?
Well, it's all about everybody working together for one common goal, right?
Well, that's a really interesting point.
Or it could be everybody working together to help each other's uncommon goals, individual goals.
Well, we have a very specific definition.
Let's look at the definition.
Okay. Now, remember, the one of the definitions is about a sport.
Okay.
Achieving something. Our definition is individuals coming together that act in a coordinated effort who subordinate their personal aspirations for a common goal or a cause.
That was great. Say that again. That was great. Hold on.
Well, it's when individuals come together and act in a coordinated effort.
Act in a coordinated effort.
Who subordinate their personal aspirations for a common goal.
I like that.
Or cause.
You got to put yourself down in order for the greatness of the team.
Well, you don't put yourself down. You just subordinate your aspirations, because your aspirations will get in the way.
Your individual aspirations. Okay.
Personal aspirations. Now, it doesn't mean that the team won't support those aspirations, right? But in order to have a team, you can't, if everyone was pulling the team in their own personal direction, it won't work.
Yeah.
It's no longer a team.
Right.
And you're literally fighting each other. So you have to figure out. Now, what did I say at the beginning of the podcast? The reason you want to have a team is so that you have men who will tell you the truth, who will not sell you out, who will see when you let them know what's really going on in your life and they take a look at it for you, they can see the holes, they can see the gaps, they can see where you're, say, not being honorable or not being committed, or you need to practice a discipline to raise your standards, right? You need to work on your character in some aspect, right? But there's all these blind spots. And the beauty of having a team of men is that those men help you see your blind spots. And without that, they remain blind spots.
Yeah, you don't see them.
Yeah, and because basically by definition, right?
Yeah.
So, just talking to a man earlier today who was struggling because he had sort of walked away from the men in his life, his team, and was trying to do it all alone, which we have a whole podcast on that. But the thing is, it wasn't working. It's not working.
Yeah.
And the question was, do you really think you're going to get to where you really want to go by yourself? Now, he said no, but his actions say yes. Okay, so this is sort of the line that we need to take a look at, and even before you get on a team, take a look at where you bullshit yourself about stuff like that. Because if you're not telling yourself the truth, then you just, of course your men can help you because they'll want, especially if they don't like you, they can cut through the crap pretty quickly. But you need to be able to say, hey, what are my actions saying rather than what I think I'm about.
Okay.
Because what men think they're about and who they're really about are often two different things. Because their actions are the only thing that we have to determine who we really are. Because if there's no action, it's just bullshit in your head. It's just stuff swirling around up in there that you tell yourself that isn't true. And until you can really look at what you're doing, what your actions say about you, because like I said, this man said, no, I don't want to do it alone, but that's all he's been doing. That's all he's been doing is everything alone. And of course his marriage is suffering and all kinds of things are suffering because he's doing everything alone, even though that he boldly states this isn't what he wants. But the truth is, it is by his actions. So can he change that? Of course. Can he change it like right now? Of course. You have so much power as a man to guide the direction of your life.
Okay.
And we've had podcasts on the whole concept of being the architect of your life, the master of your destiny. And I know this to be true. I know that it's true, and I know that you can begin that path at any point. Like what I say, how about now? How about now? Or how about now? And then but when are you ready to, but you have to, not only do you make the decision now, but then you have to back it up with commitment and actions and disciplines and all of the things that we talk about in all these podcasts over and over and over again.
So is it better to join a team that's already winning, or is it better to form a team that's never been formed before, start from scratch, or maybe take a losing team and turn it into a winning team? Is there a strategy there as far as selecting?
No, they all work.
You just got to be able to do your part and hope everybody else is going to do theirs.
Well, and what is your part? What do you think?
It depends on, like you said, in a draft, right? Like if they need a second baseman and I don't play second base, then I'm not good for the team.
Well, okay. So let's just say that you're really not sure what's missing on the team because you don't know them well enough yet.
Okay.
What is your part? What do you think your part is?
Doing my best and then finding where I fit.
Okay. What else? Anything else?
I don't know, other than participation and just helping where I can help. I don't
Okay,
know.
well, you participate, and yes, you, but most importantly, you show up and you tell the truth.
Show up and tell the truth.
I mean, not the partial truth, not the bullshit, not what everyone wants to hear, not how great you are and all the things you're doing right. No, you show up and you let the men know what's really going on underneath all of that.
Me, I got to let them know about me.
Yeah,
Before I
because
tell them about them, I got to tell them about me.
well,
Yeah, that's fair. That's
yeah,
fair.
of course. Because if you don't, they're gonna
You're like, who is this
boot you.
asshole?
You come in and start telling them everything that's wrong with
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
How long is that going to last, right? So no, you come in and you expose yourself, and you expose yourself, and expose yourself, and I don't think it ever stops. And because being of service isn't to be there and point your finger at them. In fact, most of the time, you won't even get the opportunity to. If men are really exposing themselves, you won't have to. You won't have to show them where the hole is, and occasionally you will. But it's one of these careful things that if you're just there to show everybody how wrong they are and what's going wrong with their life, you won't last long.
No, but if everybody has a common goal, and you can all work together to achieve the goal, and everybody wins. That's the
well,
outcome that you want.
And again, what is winning? Because again, the sports team is about winning, but a life team is about
winning.
Well, it's not. I wish it was, because then it would be really simple and easy in that particular way. But what does winning actually mean for a life team? It means that every single man is living in a way that he is powerful and bringing his best game to everything that he does. He's successful in his career. He's successful in his relationships. He's committed. And he serves those commitments honorably. He has high standards, high moral character. Those are the things that the team is responsible for, and it never stops. It never stops, because the thing is that when you get to the end of the season and you win, you go home. You get a trophy and you go home, and that's the end until you come back and start practicing to win another season, right? But life doesn't stop. And if you stop, then you start losing in life. In other words, if you stop doing the work that keeps you on that edge, right? On that edge where where things are clicking, where the relationships are working and success is working, and you're being a powerful man in your life, committed and honorable, powerful man, right? If you're not moving things forward in that, you're moving backwards.
You have to progress.
Well,
everything has to go forward.
It's the only direction that will keep things working.
Okay.
All right. If you stop, there's no such thing as a plateau in life. It's an illusion. If you think you hit a plateau, it's not really a plateau. It's just a point where sometimes things sort of gestate. But if they're gestating and they're working and mulling underneath the surface, they're actually moving forward, right? If you stop, things go backwards. It's the only way it goes. You're either moving forward or you're moving backwards. There's no stasis, right, for human beings. And that's why we're like, that's one of the great things of having a team, is to make sure that we don't just quit.
I think
stop.
A very important thing about, if you can select your team, you want a team where you know that the players are going to play their positions very well. And you want versatile players, right?
Well, okay. Again, that's why I select, my deal is having a team that doesn't want me but accepts me.
Okay.
All right, because they know the same things that I know, which is that we're not there to be nice to each other. We're there to help each other be the best we can possibly be.
Yeah.
And in fact, you can't do that being nice. You just can't do that. Selling each other out so that you maintain the that relationship of liking each other. So there's a beautiful phrase about risking your relationship with men, and in this particular case it applies, because if you're not willing to risk your relationship with these men, then what's the point of having it? What's the point of even being there?
Wow. That's kind of deep.
It's pretty deep. And so again, they have to feel the same way, that they're risking when they're, holding up a mirror for you, whatever, they're actually risking that relationship that they have with you. And at the same time, when you do have wins, they champion you. They're not jealous. They cheer you on. And when you're needing to fight harder and you need to sharpen your sword more and pick up your shield, they're there to kick your butt. Right? They kick you in the ass and get you to do it.
Wow.
And again, that's the beauty of having men like this, is because they will spur you on in ways that you won't for yourself. Okay?
Yeah.
Because again, we'll start listening to the things we tell ourselves about. Like you said, no, I don't want to do it alone, but that's the only way that I'm doing things, right? So the truth is, you really do want to do it alone.
So find a team, make a team. It doesn't matter.
Find one, make one.
Doing it by yourself is not the answer.
Right, and be willing to be of service.
Yeah.
Selfless.
Play your position.
Open.
Play the backup if you need to.
Tell the whole truth.
Tell the whole truth.
And I mean the whole truth. So it gets up. Because you know what, for men,
truth.
the way the whole truth is often really ugly. Even when we're really successful, what's going on underneath may be actually pretty ugly. But only those men can know. You don't want to go spreading that around. But again, make sure that they're men that you trust. Because those men will not, by not selling you out, means that they'll tell you the truth, but they also won't tell anybody else.
Right. Good.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
That's it.
Team.
You
need to be on a team. Make it a good, strong one. If you got to do it yourself, then that's fine. But no, not do it yourself. But if you got to build a team,
build
yourself,
one.
Find a recruit.
we
draft and
look. We have a thing in leadership we call allies. So find an ally.
There you go.
And allies are like on the same page with us, but they come from a completely opposite direction.
There you go. Everybody, thanks for joining us, Bad Pennies. We will be back.